We begin with a profound quote from the celebrated author C.S. Lewis. A man of many talents, Clive Staples Lewis was a novelist, poet, academic, and one of the intellectual giants of the 20th century. But perhaps he is best known for the wisdom he shared through his words. Today, we delve into one such piece of wisdom. The quote, "No man knows how bad he is until he has tried very hard to be good," comes from Lewis's book, Mere Christianity, a work that has deeply influenced millions around the globe. In it, Lewis discusses the nature of human behavior, our innate sense of right and wrong, and the struggle to be virtuous. He posits that it's only when we strive for goodness that we truly understand our own flaws. Thus, our journey into the depth of this quote begins. Diving into the first half of the quote, "No man knows how bad he is." Now let's unpack this. Here, Lewis is speaking to the concept of self-awareness, a crucial ingredient in personal growth. It's about understanding our flaws, our shortcomings, our dark corners. We all have them, but it's only when we face them head-on that we can truly comprehend their magnitude and impact on our lives. You see, it's easy to live in denial, to brush off our weaknesses as mere blips on the radar. But Lewis challenges us to do the opposite. He urges us to confront our weaknesses, to hold them up to the light and really see them for what they are. But why is this so important? Why should we bother to look at our dark sides? Well, the truth is, it's only when we know how bad we are, or rather, acknowledge our areas of improvement, that we can begin to change. It's like trying to navigate a ship in the dark. You need to know where the hurdles are, the treacherous waters, the rocky shores, before you can plot a safe course. Look at it this way. Suppose you're an artist and you've just finished a painting. Now, you love your creation, but is it perfect? Probably not. There might be lines that are a little off or colors that could have been blended better. But unless you step back, scrutinize your work, and accept those flaws, you'll never improve. You'll keep making the same mistakes over and over again, and that's exactly what Lewis is saying. He's not saying we're all terrible people. No, he's saying we're human, and being human means we're not perfect. But the first step to improvement, to becoming better, is to recognize our imperfections, to know our dark sides. So we begin to see the importance of self-awareness and introspection. The journey to being good, to being better, begins with understanding and accepting our flaws. And that's a journey worth embarking on, don't you think? Now let's unravel the second part of the quote. Until he has tried very hard to be good. When we wrestle with our own nature to strive for goodness, we are often met with resistance. This struggle isn't an easy one. It's like climbing a steep mountain, where every step forward is an accomplishment. But this struggle, this good struggle, is essential in our journey towards self-improvement. To be good is more than just avoiding what's bad. It is about making active choices that reflect our values, our principles, our very identity. It's about standing up for what's right, even when it's hard, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it feels like the world is against us. But here's the catch. Trying to be good can be a humbling experience. It brings to light the flaws we often overlook. It forces us to confront our weaknesses, to question our motives, to reassess our priorities. It's a mirror that reflects our true selves, warts and all. And often, in our quest for goodness, we falter, we stumble, we fall. But that's okay. It's part of the process. Our failures aren't a testament to our worth, but rather, they are stepping stones towards becoming better. They are lessons learned, experiences gained, perspectives widened. Each time we pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off and try again, we grow stronger. We become more resilient, more patient, more understanding. We learn to forgive ourselves, to be kinder to ourselves, to love ourselves despite our imperfections. In this struggle, we find our strength, we discover our courage, we unearth our potential, and in doing so, we realize that the journey towards goodness isn't about reaching a destination. It's about the journey itself. It's about constantly striving to be a better version of ourselves, to learn from our mistakes, to make amends, to move forward. And so, as C.S. Lewis so eloquently put it, we truly don't know how bad we are until we try very hard to be good. It's in this struggle, this good struggle, that we discover who we really are. Indeed, the pursuit of goodness can reveal much about our character. With both parts of the quote dissected, let's analyze their interplay. In the grand tapestry of C.S. Lewis's words, the two parts of the quote, like threads, are intricately woven together. They are not separate, but rather two sides of the same coin. One side reveals our recognition of our own flaws, while the other side shines a light on our relentless pursuit of goodness. The first part of the quote, "No man knows how bad he is," encourages us to embark on a journey of self-discovery, to take a magnifying glass to our souls and scrutinize our own shortcomings. It's about acknowledging that we are fallible creatures and that we have room for improvement. The second part, "Until he has tried very hard to be good," then is the action we take in response to this newfound self-awareness. It's about striving for goodness, pushing against our inherent flaws, and working tirelessly to better ourselves. But the beauty of this quote lies in the intricate dance between these two parts. It's like a waltz, one part leading, then the other, in a continuous rhythmic interplay. We recognize our flaws, we strive for goodness, we stumble, we acknowledge our missteps, and then we try again. It's a cycle, a constant interplay of self-awareness and self-improvement. This interplay is not just an intellectual exercise, but a lived experience. It's a deeply personal journey that takes place within the confines of our own minds and hearts. It's about the continuous effort to become better, while acknowledging and accepting our imperfections. This dance, this interplay, is the essence of personal growth. The recognition of our own shortcomings fuels our pursuit of goodness, and in turn, our pursuit of goodness reveals more about our own flaws. It's a cycle that promotes continuous growth and development. As we can see, Lewis presents a complex yet insightful perspective on personal growth. This interplay of self-awareness and the pursuit of goodness is not just a philosophical concept, but a practical guide to personal development and self-improvement. It's about acknowledging our flaws, striving for goodness, stumbling, and then trying again in an endless cycle of growth and discovery. As we can see, Lewis presents a complex yet insightful perspective on personal growth. With a deeper understanding of the quote, we can now explore its application in our lives. So how do we apply Lewis's wisdom in our day-to-day lives? Well, it starts with self-awareness. Recognizing our own shortcomings is the first step towards self-improvement. We often view ourselves through rose-tinted glasses, and it's easy to justify our actions rather than acknowledging our faults. But to truly grow, we need to be honest with ourselves, no matter how uncomfortable it might feel. Next, we need to make a conscious effort to be good. This doesn't mean we have to be perfect, but rather we should strive to be better than we were yesterday. It's about making small, incremental changes and being patient with ourselves throughout the process. Remember, change doesn't happen overnight. It's also important to note that trying to be good isn't about pleasing others. It's about being true to ourselves and living a life that aligns with our values. So don't be discouraged if others don't notice or appreciate your efforts. Instead, focus on your own journey and the progress you're making. Moreover, we must learn to embrace our failures. Failure isn't a sign of weakness, but rather it's an opportunity for growth. It's through our failures that we can truly understand our flaws and work towards improving them. So the next time you fail, don't beat yourself up. Instead, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Finally, surround yourself with positive influences. The people we spend time with greatly impact our behaviors and attitudes. So choose to be around those who inspire you to be better, those who challenge you, and those who encourage you to keep striving for goodness. Remember, the journey towards goodness is a path of constant learning. Embrace the struggle, learn from your failures, and keep moving forward. That's the essence of Lewis's wisdom. In conclusion, we've embarked on a profound journey through the insightful words of C.S. Lewis. We've peeled back the layers of his profound assertion, understanding that striving for goodness is not just a noble pursuit, but a mirror reflecting our true selves. We've explored the struggle towards goodness, a path often filled with challenges and self-doubt. Yet it's precisely through this struggle that we gain a deeper self-awareness, a more authentic understanding of our strengths and weaknesses. We've also delved into the interplay between self-awareness and the pursuit of goodness. It's a dynamic relationship, a dance of sorts, where each step towards goodness reveals more of who we are, and each insight into ourselves guides our next step on the path of goodness. As C.S. Lewis so eloquently put it, no man truly knows himself until he has striven towards the path of goodness. Thank you for joining us on this journey of exploration and discovery.